The common question about podcasting is, okay, how do I get downloads and subscribers, and what microphone do I use, the technology side? And I usually tell people, listen, super easy. You can use Zoom, USB mic, Blue Yeti, done. Okay, your research is done, right, on that side.
Yeah.
The downloads of subscribers, I like things that are guaranteed proven, okay? And if you like, well, listen, Mike, I want to be the next Joe Rogan. I want to be the next Tim Ferriss. That is a hard path to follow. It's like less than 1% of all podcasts, and people will ever accomplish that. And so, for the normal human beings like me, I'm looking like, what are the best ways to, like, why would someone do a podcast? And it's very simple. The way I look at a podcast is, and the way I look at life in general, is all about giving to my relationships. What are the best ways I can give to my relationships? And over the past, since I've been podcasting since 2008, the best way I've found to give to my relationships is through podcasting. Okay. And by the way, Michael, you don't need to have someone on your podcast to give to them on your podcast, right? Like just the other day, I was talking to someone and I mentioned their book, okay, on the podcast, right? I go, I'm gonna pull up, here's my notes. I don't know if you can see this. These are my notes from the podcast if someone's watching the video, but I write down every single person or resource that I mentioned on the podcast or the other person mentioned. And if I have their contact information, if I don't have their contact information, I will message them on LinkedIn and tell them, hey, we mentioned you on the podcast. And I will purposefully have friends' books that I think everyone should check out, that I admire, and I will mention them on the podcast. And so, a podcast is a way to profile people's thought leadership. It's also a way to mention resources and people you respect and love and spread the word, right? And so it's a channel for anyone, myself included, to give to my relationships, okay? And that's the way I think of a podcast. And relationships, building one relationship could be game-changing for a person or a company. I have gone on, with people I've interviewed, Michael, I have gone on family vacations with their family. John Corcoran and I met and our business partners because of podcasting. People introduced us because we both have podcasts. So there's so many benefits. And by the way, I haven't talked about my download numbers, subscriber numbers, if I'm ranking the top 10 of business of iTunes. I've been in the top 15 of business in iTunes before. And by the way, it didn't even move the needle in my business when I wasn't. Now, I did get more people reaching out who are PR people wanting to feature their clients, but it didn't move a needle in my business being ranked higher. Again, I'm not monetizing through downloads and subscribers and sponsorship because, my business is the, Rise 25, where we launch and run people's podcasts for them, is my message that I get out briefly in the beginning. And that's it. That's all I talk about.